guess. How's everybody doing? It's been requested a little bit in Mum's comments, so I told her I'd do one. This is the first episode of my book review series. I didn't do any in January. I didn't do my January's one in February because I wasn't feeling great. But I'm doing them now, and this is January and February combined. And then I'll tell you a little bit about some of the books that I've started reading and we'll be reviewing at the end of March, beginning of April. Okay, so we'll start with the first book, which is the Heartstopper series. I've read all of them. I did watch the series first because my cousin was really into it, and I thought it would be nice for us to have something to talk about. So I watched the series, and it was quite nice actually. It was quite cute, and so I got the books. The first one's really nice. It's really cute. There isn't as much about the side characters in the books though, so I guess that's just a TV thing, but I don't really mind. This one was really nice, really cute. I'd probably give this, I'm trying to think, I've never really done a book review before, so sorry if it's a bit weird. So this is about Charlie and Nick. Charlie is gay and Nick is bisexual. He doesn't know that at the beginning of the book. He's discovering himself, figuring things out, and he sort of realises when he meets Charlie. And yeah, it's just a really sweet story about a really nice romance. It's not too complicated, other than just basic teenage stuff, I guess, like teenage drama. Yeah. That one's the first one. I'd probably give this one a 4-star, just because it's quite short. These ones took me really quick to read. I could bang these out in about an hour, maybe 2. I'd give this one about a 4-star. Pretty cute. Yeah. And then I got so I'm just looking for the second one. This one again it was a little bit slower for me, the second one. I feel like there was a good amount of development in it, don't get me wrong. In this one, Nick comes out to just a few people, like his mum and stuff, and their relationship is growing, essentially. And some of their friends find out, and they're all very supportive. And you get a little bit of backstory into, I think, some of the bullying that Charlie went through at school, because he was outed. He didn't come out, he was outed, and some kids basically made his life a living hell about it. But yeah, this one was cute. Just a little bit. Not a lot happened other than just school stuff and their relationship growing. So I'd probably give this about 3. Not bad. Not my favourite one out of the series. It's different for the third. I love the third. If you've watched the series, the first series of Heartstopper is these 2 books, and then the second one is this one. And then I think some of the fourth. Or is it just all this one? I'm not sure. But there's different plot lines and not all of it matches up to the series, so I'd recommend reading it anyway. This one was my favourite, so I'd have to give this a 5. They went to Paris, and it was all so cute, and there's a little subplot about 2 teachers in it, which I liked a little bit more, considering I'm an adult, and sometimes reading about teenagers who are 15, 16 isn't really, not that it's bad, it's just not really, I don't know how to say things, I'm sorry, I'm very awkward. It's just not really, I don't know, it's not always interesting, I guess, because I'm not that age. But I just found this very cute. It wasn't too dramatic, it was just cute. For this one, they go to France, and we get to see a little bit of Nick's home life, in the fact that his dad lives in France and not in England where he currently lives, so their relationship's a little strained. And yeah, it's just really sweet. This one was my favourite because they went to Paris. Oh, and an important plot going forward is you get a little bit of a touch and go about Charlie possibly having an eating disorder. These books really touch upon some heavy stuff, but I think the author does it quite well. But then I don't have an eating disorder or anything like that, so I wouldn't necessarily know. But yeah, she touches upon it, and Nick's concerned, and he's trying to figure out a way to help Charlie when we get to this book. And oh God, I'm trying to remember what they're all about, because there's 5 of them so far, and I read all of them at the beginning of February, so I'm just trying to recall what each one's about. I think this is the big one about, they go to different unis to, well, Nick's a year older than Charlie, so Nick's thinking about uni because he's in 6th form in this book and the next one, and he's worried about moving too far away from Charlie and how that would affect their relationship, and especially with Charlie's eating disorder seemingly getting worse. I can't remember if this is the one. Is this the one? Is this number 5? Oh, I'm completely wrong. This is number 5. This is number 4. So number 5 is about college and stuff, and yeah, sorry, forgot to look at the tabs. Oh, this one dives a little bit very deeply into Charlie's eating disorder. In this one, he actually seeks help, goes to, I think it's like a psychiatric unit, but I'm not 100% sure, and it's just about Nick supporting him and trying to help him the best way he can, but without actually knowing how to, because he's a teenager and it's difficult, so he encourages him to get actual help, and it's just about their friendship and stuff growing and their relationship growing and just that sort of thing. And then I basically talked about the 5th book. Yeah, but if I had to have a favourite character, out of Nick and Charlie, it would probably be Nick. I don't know why, he just resonates with me a bit more. And if I had to go for a side character, I'd have to say Tori. She's got her own book, and she's like the Charlie's sister, older sister, and she's kind of just like a comedic, funny version in the background. That's basically based off of the TV show. I got an impression of her, so she's got her own book that I'm going to read, and it's actually set, I think, in the middle of this book, the 4th. It starts then. And then, anyway, we're going to go completely away from a bit of a teenage romance that's meant for teens and that sort of thing, to an adult book, I have to say. This was Love Light Farms. I don't know if you remember me doing a video. I'm not sure if I even recorded it, but I got this in Asda for Christmas, around Christmas time. And I did read it around Christmas and then into January, but obviously I didn't record then. I loved this book. This was so cute. This one was about Stella and Luca, Stella owns a like Christmas tree farm, but they also do like different events for different things throughout the year. So, and it's starting to go under because there's been a lot of property damage and things going wrong, and they're not entirely sure why. And half of their trees died, and so she's just not a lot of money was coming in. That's a subplot that they go into, and that's quite interesting. And she essentially signs up to a contest with a Instagram influencer, who travels and does like reviews and stuff, and the winner of the contests gets money, and then obviously the publicity of being on her Instagram and channels and that sort of thing, to help out her things. But the Instagram person loves romance, so Stella thought it would be a good idea to say that she had a boyfriend, except she doesn't. And that's where Luca comes in. Luca and Stella have been friends for about 10 years. And yeah, it's like a fake dating trope, and there's a bit of miscommunication in there, and sometimes Stella's character does get a little bit aggravating when it comes with the miscommunication. Yeah, that was really sweet. I think that's all the books that I read in January, February. But I have already started reading some more. So let me get them out. I've started reading the second book of Firelight Farms. There's 3 so far. A 4th one is coming. I haven't read them all, obviously, because this is the second book. But it's about different people, different relationships. So this one's about Stella's farmer, Beckett, who had a one-night stand with the Instagram influencer who comes to town, and they meet again, and this is about them. I don't know much about it yet because I've only just started, but so far so good. It's very different. There's different sort of tropes in this and personalities and I guess different plot points, but I think it's quite nice that it's not a sequel of this. It's not the same characters, but we still get a touch upon of them as side characters, which is quite nice, while focusing on another couple, and I really enjoyed these. And then I've started that one. I've also started a book that my friend got me for Christmas called Enemies to Lovers, because I love that trope. But this one, I love classic novels, especially like Jane Austen novels. I've got some on my shelf, and I've got some that I'm reading because I got some for my birthday, but I haven't started those yet because they're going to be quite in-depth reading. I'm going to have a lot to concentrate, and I already started 3 books, so I decided to give myself time. But this one's based on actors who are in like a Broadway performance of Pride and Prejudice, and I think Eden is the one who's like Elizabeth Bennet's understudy, and the other guy is like a big time Broadway actor who's now come in to play Darcy, and he makes it, so far in the book I've got to, he makes a very bad first impression about some of her old works that I don't think she feels bad about it, but he kind of makes fun of her for it without realising he's making fun of her for it. And so far, they're not great. But if it's going to follow similar to Pride and Prejudice, I know they're going to end up falling for each other. Also, the title is kind of a mad getaway. But it's not a huge read, but their writing's quite small. So far this one's good. The only thing that I do have to negatively say about it is that the writing is so small. But a lot of books are like that. That's a me thing, preference, not necessarily a book thing. And I have found some of the language a bit hard to follow. I don't know if that was just because my concentration levels at the time of reading, I think 3 chapters I read. No, I'm about to start the 3rd chapter. Was a bit dwindling because sometimes it's hard for me to concentrate. So it could be that it's just me. It could be that the book's just a little bit hard to follow. But I will get back to you on that next month when I have a full review. And then the last one I'm reading, it is technically a children's book. But last year for my birthday, I had a bit of a fixation on Harry Potter. And I read the first 3 books and then stopped. And I started to get back into it again. So I decided I was going to start reading the 4th book. Now, this is massive. So don't be surprised if I come back and say, yeah, I haven't finished this. And I do know the gist of some of the stuff that happens anyway. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter. Very huge fan. But I hadn't read the books. I know what happens in them vaguely, but I've never read them. So those are the 3 that I've started for March. And hopefully by the end of April, not by the end of April, by the beginning of April, I can come back with some reviews on them. So I guess that's my video. Sorry if it's a bit all over the place. Sorry if I've spoken too fast or a bit muddly. And I'm going to put that there's spoilers here. I probably should have put that at the beginning, but I'll put it in the title so that people know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you want another one. Like, because if people don't want another month, I won't do it. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.